Alrighty guys, I'm going to be doing another painting. So this one here is going to be a very limited palette. It's going to be phthalo blue, lamp black, and white. It is going to be a silhouette per se. So we're just going to start with some blue and white on my brush. And we're just going to get the sky color in. And then I'm just going to go back in with some blue. And we're just going to do the whole canvas like this. Some areas I'll pick up more white, some areas I will pick up more blue. Just so we have a nice gradient variation. We want some darks, some lights. It's just going to give it that more natural look. And we just want to get our sides done. So there, I picked up some more white. So I want it to be kind of, you know, like a night sky, but not really, really dark. And I just picked up more blue and white because this part's going to be water, whereas that's going to be sky. So we can definitely go a little bit lighter down on this bottom section. And then we're just going to go more dark at the very bottom. So I'm just picking up blue. Because we're going to probably put some black down in here anyways after. But this is just getting our base colors in. All right, so I'm going to wash this brush. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some mountains in the back while this is drying, because I want to put our moon in, but I want, oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to decide. Do I want to just get my moon in now? That might be the smarter thing to do. All right, so we're going to use just a round solo cup. And I'm just going to switch over to a round brush, and I'm just going to pick up white paint. And I'm just going to kind of get our moon shape in. What in the world was that? All right, just something like that gives us a basic shape. Nothing too spectacular. And then I'm going to take my filbert brush. I am going to wet it first, and then I'm just going to dry it on a paper towel. And I'm going to pick up my white, and while that blue is still wet, I am just going to start getting that moon in. And that way there, it has some different colors in there. It gives us that blue. Now I'm just going over that outside edge just a little. All right. So we have part of our moon in. All right. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to go in with just the black. And I'm going to start putting in some mountains. So, I mean, mountains, you can make them any shape that you want. And then you're just going to fill them in. And let's put some over here. All right, this one's going to be a little bit bigger and kind of go off the canvas and bring this down and just kind of fill this in. So I do want to put a mountain over the moon, but I have got to get some more white in there first. So I'm going to wash and dry my brush. And I'm going to pick up some more white. And I'm going to just start lightening this moon. Just gonna kind of get a little bit of that brightness in there. And let's see. So, let me all right, let's just put that in here like this. And then we can kind of go over and make that whiter once that dries. So we're going to take a little bit of white and blue, and we are going to make a darker like blue. So the moon is here, so everything on this side of the mountains are going to be light, and everything on this side of the mountains is going to be light, but the back side is going to be darker. So that's where we want to put the darker blue, is on that back side of that mountain. Because that is gonna be the shadow part of the mountain. This one will probably be light all the way around it, so I'm just gonna go on this side and we're gonna start adding a little bit of darkness on the edges of these mountains. And this is where you can shape your mountains to look however you want them. All right, so there's not much of a difference, but there is some difference. And then we're just gonna take more white into that lighter blue, and we're just going to lighten it up for our highlight section. And then we're just gonna start pulling this down, giving a little bit of lightness on this side of our mountain. But you still have the dark spots in there. You want to leave the dark because that's, you know, that's going to give you your depth in your rocks. All right, so this obviously is going to be much brighter all the way around because it's directly above our moon. So I'm just picking up more white and blue. And then we'll bring some down on this side. And this one is probably just like a rock face, so we're just pulling straight down on this mountain here. And it's just giving different layers of whatever those mountains are doing behind there. But this definitely would be the lighter side, so we've definitely got to have some sort of something going on in here. And this one might not be as bright because it might be getting blocked by that other mountain that's in front of that. Yeah. All right. Now, I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to go back in with some white. And I want to start getting this moon much, much brighter. So I'm just kind of circling around. So I'm just tapping here. I'm just kind of tapping, just kind of giving a little bit of something on the moon, the craters, the whatever they are. I don't know. I'm not a moon expert. But you want to have different colors in your moon. You don't want it just pure white, because when you look at the moon, it's not always just pure white. So I'm just slowly adding the white, just kind of tapping it in with those other colors underneath. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. I do want to get that a little bit. I might bring that mountain up a little bit more, just there we go. And then I'll just pick up a little bit of white and blue and just kind of get a little bit of variation in there. All right. So now we're going to put a landmass in here. This is going to be a very basic painting. All right, so let's see. Let's put our landmass in. So we're going to take our bigger brush, and we're just going to create a little dark area down here on the bottom. And we're just going to fill it in. And then just bring that black on the sides. All right. So I'm going to take my round brush now, and we are going to, we're going to put in a few limb trees, I guess we call them. So we're going to put one right here, start above the mountains, and as we come down, we're going to start pushing harder and harder so that we get that bigger base at the bottom. It's kind of like that. And maybe, just maybe, we have a even bigger one right here. I'm just going to bring that right up off the canvas, just like that. So this one's a little bit wider than that one. And wash that. And I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to start just putting some limbs off of this tree. Just so we have different sizes. And we're going to have another big one right here, going right off the canvas. And let's see. We'll have one here. All right, so I'm gonna have a broken one here, because I always like to have something broken at the bottom. Just kind of like that. All right, so now I'm gonna rinse this brush, and we're gonna go to our small liner brush, our 0. And I'm just going to add some smaller branches. And these can just kind of go whichever way you feel that they need to go. And it's fun to cross them over because it just makes it look more realistic. But again, we have to have that bottom one big enough that it looks like it's attached. All right, so I'm making that one a little bit bigger there. All right, so I think that's good. We don't want too many, but we want a few. So we're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna put like an evergreen over here. So again, I'm just gonna pick up the black, but I'm gonna use my filbert brush, and let's see. We're gonna put that right about here. So you can make this line coming down. You don't need to. But you want your area in where your tree stem is to be full. The edges don't need to be, but you want to make sure that inside piece is. And I'm just tapping. And as I'm going down, I'm going out wider and wider. And just pick up paint as you need it. All right. So I'm gonna wash this brush, and we're gonna pick up a little bit of white because we want to highlight the moon. So on the back side, we're gonna mix up that blue and white like we did at the top, but we're gonna have it be a fairly dark, and we're just going to hit some of this darker area just with a little bit of this blue. So you could totally just leave it black if you want. It's just totally up to you. And then we're just gonna make it a little bit lighter blue on the side where the moon is. Just because, you know, we obviously would be getting a little bit of that reflection from that moon. But again, we don't want a ton. We just want like a little indication that there is some sort of light penetrating through there. Just kind of giving it just that little tiny bit of something. And then we're just gonna pick up, I think on the tree I'm gonna do black and white, and we're gonna make like a gray, like a medium tone gray, just for the highlights. And we're just gonna kind of give just like a little bit of the illusion that the moon is kind of hitting some of the tree. You know, maybe on this side here. You know, you just kind of want to give a little, you know, just a little bit of an illusion, because that moon is shining on it. just gonna run some down, just little marks on this tree, just to kind of give, I don't know, a little something that there's something going on. And then we can go back in with our filbert brush, and we can just kind of make some bushes. And then maybe just pick up a little bit of white just to you know, that moon is just hitting them just a little bit. And let's see. And just gonna put just a few little something bushes. And again, I'm just tapping. And we'll just go in with a little bit of that white. We'll make it a gray. Add some blue, gray, blue, whatever. And we're just gonna give just a little something. You know, that moon is hitting some of this, so yeah. And just like that, we have a nice, simple little landscape painting. So we've got those mountains in the back. So yeah. And then I will assign this. I'm going to mix like a light blue. And I will sign right there. And there we have it. Just a cute little landscape painting. You could put, you know, a few stars up in the sky. And if you barely touch, they're smaller. If you touch harder, they're bigger. And we're gonna put one or two twinkles. So let's do a twinkle here. And then I touch it with my finger to tame it down. A little there. And let's see, let's do one up here. And then just take some pure white and make a dot in the middle. just like that, and then you get your twinkles. So yeah, there you have it. Another quick video.